Hey, Yabashim Yashabashim Kakadash Brakathum. Call all Yabashim Yashab Harakakadash. The honest apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed citation, you brothers out there teaching enduring truth, sincerity. This is a GMS on site, man. I believe I want to go over Proverbs, I believe chapter 14. I believe 14 and 15, verse 15, it says, the simple believeth every word, but a prudent man looketh well to his going. And this is a response to the Apostle Ramlab's update that, pretty much if you're sick, if you're under the weather with the virus or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of, my mind's not thinking of any slang I could put up, but if you're under the weather, then don't come, which is, don't do that, because, you're putting everybody in jeopardy, as far as when it comes to teaching, all right? Because the situation is real, It is just not what it is, what they make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the Lord will protect us. But that don't mean that you just out here buck wild doing everything. So the reason why I brought that scripture out in the beginning is that, not the portion of the simple believeth every word, but that too, because you can't be on the news and they're telling you to do this and do that. Because in all actuality, the things that you need to do and understand is you got to keep yourself clean and your immune system high. Keep your environment clean, yourself clean, and your immune system high. And there's cases where everybody knows what to take: zinc, vitamin C, sea moss, elderberry. People could go down the list. You can Google it. Through the Spirit, the Lord, through the unicorn is allowing us to utilize these avenues to figure out how to get there. But as the scriptures say in Sirach, that, the Lord, put us in the hand, let the sinner fall into the hands of the physician. Just going into that chapter, not that particular verse, but the chapter just going on, like the medicines come from the earth, how, the physicians are there. But ultimately, Yahweh Shai is the ones that will grant us health, okay? Now, with that being said, we could take all that and, if you don't have faith or you're not in the Lord's favor, if he wants you to get sick, you're going to get sick. You're going to fall under the weather. But what is within our power is within our power. So going back to what I was saying is that everybody know about all the herbs, what to do, but let's ask yourself an honest question. Do you do it? You know what I'm saying? And that goes into the scripture in Sirach, where it says, as a wise man teacheth many, but is evil to himself, he destroyeth his own soul. So you out here, telling people, take this, take that, this is what you take, and then you out here eating hot dogs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, really, when I'm gonna just be straight in Salaki if I offend, but you're just being a hypocrite at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because a hypocrite means an actor. Because when you tell people how to be healthy, they're under the assumption that you're healthy. Okay? If you're not a healthy person, like the scripture says, speak, young man, if there be need of thee. It also says a wise man holdeth his tongue till he findeth opportunity. So if somebody's talking about being healthy and they say, well, I don't know what to do, and you know what to do, yeah. But if somebody's talking about being healthy and they're like, yeah, I'm getting this, I'm doing that, I'm getting this, and you feel like, oh, I want an information dump, I want to show them what I know, then it is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not real. You're not actually healthy. So you have to take that into account. You gotta walk it how you talk it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and through prudence, one thing we know is wintertime. We know We watch the media propaganda and through their sorcery, what they're projecting, you know what I'm saying, pretty much going into these things. As the scriptures say within Peter's, knowing that the heaven and earth shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness. So I'm not talking about heaven and earth being dissolved. That's a different category of prophecy. But we're talking about that same concept, to where also in Luke chapter 12, and it says, you know, when the east wind bloweth, you know, Salak, if I'm saying the wrong direction of wind, that, you know, summer is nigh and things, you know, how much more the Lord and the prophecies, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know winter's coming. You see what's going on in the media. And if you are not taking care of your body, then what does that say about you? You know, now I see if you don't care, then that's fine. But if you're out there telling people that, you know, you're this, you're that, and this and that and the third, and then you're not doing it, you know, that's fine too, because as the scriptures say, do as they say and not as they do, you know. But at the same time, we don't want to be performing as hypocrites, you know what I'm saying? We have to be mindful and stand on the things and be a representative of the things that we are out there teaching people, you know, because you can ultimately affect the accreditation of what you're teaching by not doing it, you know. Very simple example, any pastor, any Catholic person, if somebody in that Catholic church or church period, and that pastor or deacon or whatever you want to call them, they represent themselves as holy, and then they show themselves to be unholy in the act, then it destroys a lot of accreditation for people to believe in that system. All right, that's just common sense. So how much more to what we are teaching when it comes to the gospel and the doctrine? If you know about it and you're not living it, then, you know, in my personal opinion, you would let the person that lives it, you know, teach it, you know, unless it's on the spirit of you, you know what I'm saying? You're not boxed in, but at the same time, you don't want to, you know, make a good thing bad by, you know, just being this know-it-all, but don't, you know, like I said, a master of, a jack of all trades, but a master of none, you know? So you don't want to be that guy that don't know how to do nothing but know about all of it. And you're just in the way, crowding the kitchen with information. All right. Because again, to do something is another thing. To say something is another thing. And as the saying goes, it's easier said than done. You know, it takes discipline to eat consistently and take care of your body consistently, to work out consistently, to do things consistently. So to sit there and try to educate somebody on something that you never been through, you're being very hazardous, because you're making it sound simple, or you're making it, you know, easy. But hey, you know, if they take heed and they apply, that's beautiful, ultimately, as Yapa. But just saying to ourselves, we out here teaching, we should not only, you know, not come around camp, but we should not put ourselves in a position to be like that, in that same condition in the first place. Now, granted, the obvious, the Lord is the one that he killeth and maketh alive. So I'm not saying in a way so where you could weasel out, or like, well, you could eat all that all you want, and you exercise profit a little, and you still gonna get sick. Bro, do what you can and let the Lord do the rest. You know, have faith. You know, but that don't mean that you be a a-hole and just don't do nothing and rely on the Lord to do everything else. You do as much as you possibly can with all sincerity and the truth. You know, if you cannot financially do it, sustain it, you don't have a car or what, that's understandable. But whatever's in your power, that you do. That's just simple as that. And the Lord, whatever you can't do, the Lord will do the rest. The Lord will not put us in a situation as to where we're not going to be able to accomplish what he set us out to do. Case in point, if you're a prophet, the Lord will not put you in a position to where you can't hit the highways. If you're not able to hit the highways and you're in a some type of jam, it's the Lord's doing. It's not like, oh, it's Satan. The Lord allows Satan to do that. You know, if you're in jail, you're incarcerated, you're at work, or whatever it is, the Lord allowed that to happen. And then you must question, why did the Lord allow that? Because the Lord puts a hedge of protection around us like he did Job. Okay, so therefore sicknesses, you know, just different evils that we come across is allowed by the Lord. He doesn't do them himself, because he's not a man that tempt us or nor do any evil. There's spirits out there that are created for that, and he will allow them to fuck with you and fuck with us. So when it happens, don't go blaming the world. Analyze yourself. Going back to what we're doing now, you could be prudent in analyzing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing the damages you can cause, and you say, okay, let me be ahead of a sickness. Let me take my zinc. Let me do this on a daily, okay? And if you actually want to make a difference. Now, if you don't want to look bad, you want to look like the man, super Israelite, whoop-de-doo, tell us your story. Tell us all the things you know. Show us the charts that you got in your room with all the herbs or all whatever the do-rights that you have, all right? But at the end of the day, you're a representative of your know-how, all right? And you're pretty much ultimately a hypocrite if you're not able to enact the things that you speak on. It's very important that we enact the things that we speak on, because we are credible. We got to hold ourselves accountable, okay? As the scriptures say, a wise man that teacheth many, but is evil to himself, he destroyeth his own soul. That's as simple as that. Like, you just talk, you know? So we have to make sure we live out what we teach. We got to hold the conversation of what we believe in and what we project and what we insinuate, okay? So with that being said, let's call all y'all Bashimi Al-Shai, Bahara Kakadash, double honor side apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching endurance, truth, and sincerity. Shalom.